Just when you thought your day really sucked.
You suck!
Here comes something to make it suck even more. It's a Lamont and Tonelli podcast.
Look at this. Right on time. Coming out of
That
Motley
is
Crue.
amazing.
Coming out of Motley Crue, and we have Nikki Sixx, I believe, on the phone. Nikki, are you there? Maybe not. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. We have
Hello?
he is. All right, Nikki, how you doing, man?
What's up?
Man,
Right on time. This is incredible. You're uncanny. The ability of Nikki Sixx to call in. How you doing, man?
it's good. I've got 4 assistants, 2 engineers, all making this call happen.
Good stuff. Hey, you know what? We hear from you probably once a year. You always have a special project going on, and I respect that because you're a man who likes to keep busy. You've got a syndicated radio show. You've got the band going on. You've got this going on with 6 a.m. And now, explain to me what you've got going on with your photography.
Well, this book that's out now, coming out right now, This Is Gonna Hurt, was released as a hardback, and it was a New York Times bestseller. And when we wanted to go to paperback, it was important to us to make the book actually a little bit bigger, the same quality of paper, so that the photographs really jump. It is nice to sit on a coffee table, but at the same time, it's a great book to read. The subject matter that I took on, I learned a lot about myself. I didn't realize that I was kind of exposing a little bit of an anti-bullying theme.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I photographed, like Amy Purdy, she was a girl who grew up, and she wanted to be like a guest model, wanted to have the perfect life, the ring, the man, the whole thing, and then she got a virus and she lost both of her legs.
Oh,
she was
my goodness. Oh, my
She's
God.
an athlete, by the way, right? So
Yeah, right.
now she can't be an athlete anymore, and she turned her life around. She's a snowboarding champion. She's a role model to so many people. She goes around the country and talks about how you can turn your life around. She let me put her in some really amazing kind of fantasy situations. We built her these stilt, spiked legs, and I found out a lot about people in general and what we're about on the inside, what we're made of, what we can achieve. Even when people around you are telling you can't achieve it, your life's over, you're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid, you have too many tattoos, why are you in a rock band, what are you, gay? All that messaging that you get, and then the book really talks about that and how you can be better than that.
So, hey, Nikki, what, and by the way, the book is called This Is Gonna Hurt by Nikki Sixx. What one picture just jumps out at you after all the pictures? Do you think, man, that was a great friggin' picture?
One of my favorite pictures was of, of my grandfather.
Yeah.
He's has his shirt off, and he has this huge animal skull with horns on it. He's holding it in front of his face.
I'm looking at the picture right now. It's got a cool.
You're looking at that picture?
Yeah.
So my grandfather was at the studio with me, and I was doing a bunch of photography, and I said, hey, get your shirt off. Go sit over there and hold this. And he goes, God damn, kid, what's wrong with you?
Oh, that's great.
And I go, just please. And he's cranky, and the whole thing, that you get to be when you're in your 80s.
Yeah.
And I got one shot. That's it. One shot. And he's like, I need some coffee. That's the shot. It's just such a magical shot. I showed it to a friend of mine, and he said to me, he goes, wow. He goes, you just channeled Joel Peter Whitkin, which is one of my favorite photographers, and Diane Arbus. That to me was this just magic moment.
Hey, Nikki, looking at your Twitter site right now, I love your line about the Grammys on Sunday pertaining to the letter sent to the artist about the dress code at the Grammys. It's the Grammys, not the grannies. Hey, what is the best post-Grammy party you've ever been to?
Oh, Jesus. You know what? I've never gone to any of those parties. It's just, It's like a it's a mess. I was going to say a cluster F, but
Yes.
I realized
I'm
that
glad-
was
That's
too
all right.
bad.
I'm glad you cleaned it up. Okay.
Yeah, I cleaned it up for you. See how I turned my life around. No, I've never gone to this. I've been to the Grammys a few times.
Yeah.
I went a couple years ago, and it was really cool. I thought this year's Grammys were cool. There's a lot of rock music represented, a lot less rap music, which, I like a balance of music. So when it gets too heavy in any one direction, I feel like you're watching a show to get educated. That's what I enjoyed about it. I thought it was just ridiculous that CBS, the Grammys, would send out a letter, though, to the artists telling them, what to wear. The best thing is I didn't know Katy Perry had such a big rap.
I know. Are those things humongous or what?
I mean, Jesus, that thing's huge.
Yeah, they are spectacular, and they're real.
That's sad.
Hey, you also write that you were writing over the weekend for 6 a.m. What's going to be coming up with 6 a.m.?
Yeah, I think we have the album written pretty much. Now it's just about piecing it together and then going in and recording it. I've been working on a lot of Motley Crue music as well. The whole thing with This Is Gonna Hurt is it really talks about if you can get the demons out of the way, you can be really creative and you can do the things you want to do in your life. And a lot of people say, man, Nikki, you do a radio show and you're working on a Broadway play and you got 2 bands and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's just because, I don't let anybody hold me back.
Yeah.
I just really enjoy being creative. And granted, I'm really busy. And I think there'll become a time in my life when I'm less busy. I'm really lucky that I have a group of people around me that try to keep it somewhat organized. At times I do burn myself out, but I figure you're only around once, man. You should go for it.
Well, you know what? I'm sure you guys have said this as well. There's nothing like a busy beaver.
I've seen a few of those.
I expect to see those in your next book. Hey, Nikki, thanks for going on the air with us, man. Always a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks, man. Have a good day.
All right, bye-bye. The great Nikki Sixx.
He's always a good interview, man.
And a good dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked to him a number of times. He's a real good dude.
Another fine product from Uranus.
That concludes the Lamont and Tonelli podcast. To hear more and everything Lamont and Tonelli, check out the website at lntworld.com.